How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a video on TikTok, and specifically car TikTok. Recently I've been trying to sort of merge the standard YouTube world with the car YouTube world, and I just thought that looking at some TikTok trends would be pretty interesting. I was very late to TikTok. I think I only got an account maybe 2 months ago or 3 months ago or something. I got myself a nice Cars with JB handle just because I wanted to make sure that I had it in case someone else tried to nick it or whatever. And I just started looking through what was on TikTok, and in between all of the dancing and the weirdness that takes place, there was also a whole bunch of car related content, and some of it's quite good. And I'm very much of the opinion that you shouldn't ever knock someone's hustle as long as it's legal and kind to people, because ultimately if they're a content creator on the internet, they're just putting in effort trying to make good content. It's free for you to watch or for you to not watch, and being unkind about it is never really a good idea. On TikTok, however, there is definitely some car content which is more useful or more funny or more relevant or whatever, and some car content which I'm struggling to understand. So in this video, I'm going to go through those 5 key car trends that I have found that either slightly annoy me, or I find weird, or I have some kind of problem with. Remember, it's all opinion. You might absolutely love this content, so it's up to you. Maybe you can let me know in the comments if there's anything on this list that you definitely disagree with and you think that I'm very much wrong about, but hopefully it all kind of makes sense to you. Anyway, that's for me, chat. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that great stuff. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so this first one is pretty simple. Let's have a watch of this video together. Okay, she's driving, she's changing gear. It was a pretty harsh gear change, but she changed gear again, yep. Changed gear again. Is that it? All I saw was a female, she's still doing it, she's changing gears. There's music in the background. I must be missing something here. 11.2 million views. That is insane. Like, first of all, fair play to her. She's pulled in 11.2 million views from literally changing gear in her very well modified or whatever car. 11.2 million views, that's huge. That's more views than my entire channel has. That is insane. And there's a whole bunch of other videos just like this where it's literally just females in cars changing gears and with some nice music in the background. And now, whilst I am more than, the fact that they're doing it and it gets views, it gets people interested and gets people watching and stuff, all good and well. But the same person, if you go through her profile, she's got some actually really interesting car content in there, like loads of stuff to do with the car that she has modified, loads of stuff that is to do with how she's modifying the car, loads of like really interesting stuff. And there's a whole bunch of other really great female car content creators out there who do really interesting in-depth stuff, or like really full of content and interesting things. And then this is the most viewed video. Like, how? Again, no disrespect to her. This is not about her content. This is about the people viewing it. Like, guys, come on, we're better than this. We can enjoy content and not just pretty women, surely. Surely we don't need to all go primal and just start like screeching like apes and like running around and going mental because we see a female in a car changing gears. But anyway, the plan in this video is to recreate all 5 of these trends, so hopefully this video gets 11 million views because I'm about to do it myself. Let's get into it. Changing gear, check. Modified car, check. Music in the background, check. Attractive female driver. Yeah, I think maybe the 11.2 million views might not be for me this time. Sorry, boys. Okay, so another whole trend on car TikTok as well. It might not even just be car TikTok, it's just TikTok generally. But where it's like, which team are you in? You've got 2 teams of different types of something. And then it's like a whole bunch of cool pictures of one of those things. And then a whole bunch of cool pictures of the other thing. Like, let's have a look. Let's just watch one of these videos. Okay, what team am I in? Car edition. Okay, no cars so far. We're just looking at, I think that's Vegas. I've no idea. Oh, JDM. Okay, so we got JDM. Yep. Yeah, very nice. Can confirm these are JDM cars. We're going well so far. Good stuff, good stuff. What are they against? Team Muscle. Okay, Muscle cars. Yeah, okay. Muscle car, that's definitely Muscle car too. Yep, can confirm it's a Muscle car. Yeah. Hang on. Did you... Ah, yes, the very well-known muscle car, the McLaren 570S or whatever it is. I think it's 570S by the looks of things. Oh, and that other one, you know, the other big muscle car that everyone knows about, the Ford GT. Yeah, major muscle car. In fact, it sits in the same class as the Ford Mustang, those two cars. Yeah, same energy, you know what I'm talking about. Imagine if I started a video, right, and I was just like, ah, yes, guys, check out my new muscle car, the McLaren 650S. Or, ah, yeah, guys, check out my new SUV, the Audi R8 V10 Plus. But anyway, I said I was going to recreate all of these TikToks, so here it is. I think I've smashed that, not gonna lie. People are gonna enjoy that. That's gonna get me 2 million TikTok views, methinks, 100%. Now, obviously, I'm kidding. This isn't an inherently bad trend. I'm sure there's plenty of good videos. I'm just picking on ones that specifically have the wrong things categorized. So yeah, it's pedantic maybe. Maybe I'm just being too pedantic. So the next one kind of leads on from that previous one. There is a whole thing seemingly on TikTok at the moment, or just maybe it's just the community around TikTok, or at least the car community on TikTok, which is super anti-supercars in particular and really pro JDM cars. Like, if the car is a JDM car, then it is perfect. There can be nothing wrong with a JDM car. If it's like a supercar or anything along those lines, then no, definitely not a fan. Like, you're a bad person if you like supercars. So there's a whole bunch of videos about just how JDM cars are better than supercars and supercars are rubbish and all this other kind of stuff. Any JDM car is gonna gap any supercar according to TikTok. Let's have a look at a couple of them, shall we? Okay, so another which team are you choosing? Car edition. Yeah, we're very good here. Like to see it. Come on, let's get into it. What's going on? I can read quicker than that, mate. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so JDM cars. Okay, I'm seeing it. Some good JDM cars here. I really like JDM cars, by the way. Team Supercars, just straight into them. Yeah, also very nice. Yeah, good. This seems pretty balanced. I don't understand what was wrong with that TikTok. But then we go and have a look at the comments. Let's just have a quick look at those. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can see the odd supercar one in there. The vast majority though, yeah. If it ain't JDM, it ain't interesting, basically, for these dudes. Mad. Let's have a look at another one. Okay, yep. Oh. Man got gapped in his Lamborghini. Crazy. Savage. Oh. You're gonna need help. I mean, I'd assume that most Lamborghinis would gap most cars, to be fair. Not all cars, obviously. What I think he's doing? Oh, he's going Super Saiyan on this for sure. What's he going to be taking? Oh, it's Skyline time, obviously. Had to be the Skyline. Would a Skyline gap a Lambo? Even if I'm talking like, it depends on what Lambo is, obviously, and how heavily tuned the Skyline is. But a bog standard Skyline and a bog standard Lambo, who's taking the dub? Let's find out, actually. So apparently an R34 GTR can do 0 to 60 in around 4.6 seconds. A equivalently priced Gallardo, anywhere between sort of 50,000 and apparently 200,000 for GTRs, which is insane. Like, obviously, mad respect to the GTR because it's one of my favorite cars as well. But apparently the Gallardo will do it in somewhere between 3.3 to 4.1 seconds, depending on which spec you go for, which engine, yada yada yada, whether it's Mark 1 or a Mark 2. So basically, if you spend the equivalent amount of money on a Gallardo and a GTR, and I'm talking a Gallardo here, not like a Mercy, not a Huracan, nothing newer, you're getting gapped in your standard GTR. So if you then wanted to add on the cash that you'd spend to get the Skyline going quicker, which you'd hope wouldn't erode the value too much because it's a cherished car at this point, you're not laughing, basically. You're adding cash on to try and beat the Gallardo, which would have just beaten you anyway. Now, of the two cars, which would I have? 100% the Skyline. Much prefer it as a car, but looking better at the traffic lights was not the purpose of that video. It was gapping at the traffic lights. So, depends, basically. I mean, I basically just wish people were nice to each other about their cars, and obviously this is just a joke, and I appreciate TikTok is just joking, but in general, it's nice to have people just enthusiastic about their cars, enjoying them, not caring about whether or not they go really fast in a straight line or all that kind of stuff. That gets into beef, as we've seen on YouTube this year, which is just carnage. Just be nice to each other. Let people like the cars they like. Doesn't matter if you like JDM cars, doesn't matter if you like supercars. Whatever it is that you like, just leave it at that. And don't harass people because they like different cars to you. But anyway, the key thing I think that this JDM thing is trying to say is that JDM cars are somehow just superior to all of the cars and they can just gap anything, and JDM cars are just heralded as the best types of cars on the planet. And so I thought I would recreate with my own version because JDM cars are clearly the best. Dad, I've got some bad news. What is it, son? I took the Lamborghini Aventador out and I got beaten at the traffic lights by Bugatti Chiron. I'm so sorry. What kind of son of mine? Oh, wait, no, Dad, I've got it. I know what we can do. We can get the JDM out. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Oh, I'm thinking what you're thinking. Alright, so obviously, again, messing around, but you get the idea. Now, this one very nearly got the top spot because it actually slightly annoyed me, okay? So there's a whole bunch of TikToks which play some sort of low music over an old car from manufacturer and then like some really intense music, and it gets really gassed up for new cars from that same manufacturer. Let's have a watch review of them, shall we? Let's just give it a go. Okay, cool. McLaren. Oh yeah, going from this. Yeah, very nice. Okay, so the McLaren F1, one of the most legendary cars of all time. It's a Senna. Why are you so gassed up about the Senna? You do realise it's a McLaren F1. This car here is a McLaren F1. One of the most incredible engineering feats by McLaren. Not to take away from the Senna, by the way. I adore the Senna. Loads of people don't like the Senna, but I'm a massive Senna fan. But the McLaren F1 is, I mean, recently they were put up at like 16 million or valued at 16 million pounds. And Sennas you can get for like 700 to 800k, probably maybe even less than that, I'm not even sure. That means you can get like 23 Sennas for one McLaren F1. And yes, value isn't the be all and end all. I'm just watching this over and over. I cannot comprehend why you would not gas up a McLaren F1. It's the McLaren F1. What? All right, let's move on before I get too angry. Let's look at the next one. So, okay, is that a Stingray? Very nice. What a beautiful car. Like, those are stunning. You see them in person. I suppose maybe it's the difference in mindset. Maybe it's the idea that it's going from like a sedate car to a fast car, but then that wouldn't make sense from the McLaren one. It literally says the glow up is real. Nah, I'm sorry. They started off prettier. Like, you know those people that just peak early? They peaked in like secondary school or something, and then they kind of got worse over time. I'm not saying that Corvettes now aren't pretty, because I don't mind Corvettes now, but that old Stingray is stunning. You just, nah. There's no way the glow up happened later down the line. Okay, I understand this is all just opinion on this one, because obviously some people are going to absolutely love old cars and they're going to be less interested in newer cars, and some people are going to absolutely love new cars and not be interested in older cars. But the McLaren F1 you just don't mess with. That's like, I think 1 year the McLaren F1 was worth 500k, and the year afterwards it was worth 1.5 million, and now it's worth like 16 mil, and the most expensive ones go for upwards of like 25 mil or something ridiculous. That's a goated car within the car industry. You don't mess with that. The Senna, stunning. Love it to bits. I'd love to own one. Key thing is, always respect your elders, know where you're coming from, and that stays true in the car world. But anyway, let's get into my recreation of this. JDM TikTok's gonna be fuming with me, but I love Evos. Tommy Mackinnon is my hero. We're good. Now this one I put in more because I just don't think it makes very much sense. On TikTok, you are able to basically take someone else's sound and then just put it over some different footage. Should be pretty simple for anyone who has TikTok. I know that I've got an audience that is sometimes slightly older, so for you guys, just explaining how it works. But one area where I don't think this really works is car sounds. So like when someone takes someone else's sound from a car and then applies it to their car, I just don't get how that works. Let's just watch a few of them, shall we? I'm sorry to all my neighbours. Very good. Yeah, oh, he's got a Mustang. Yep, he's gonna jump into it. He's gonna start it up. Yeah, very loud. Very, very loud. Can confirm that was loud. I'm sorry. Rest in peace, headphone users. Oh, it's a Porsche. He's jumping into the old Porsche. It's got a nice interior, that car. That's looking buff. Starts it up. There's just no way that Porsche made that sound. This might. Okay, cool. Yeah. Very nice. Is that a Hellcat or whatever? Jumps in. Very nice. Starts it up. They can't all be making this noise, and a GTR as well. These are what different engines in them. They can't be making the same noise. It does. I mean, I know I'm being super pedantic here, But that GTR does not make the same noise as the Porsche, as the Hellcat, as the Mustang.
I'm sorry.
It's just not the case. And are both of these cars going to make the same noise? They both make the same noise. Mad. So yes, this is just a pedantic point, but I feel like this doesn't necessarily work because you could just do the exact same thing but with like a Tesla or something. In fact, let's have a look at my recreation.
I'm sorry.
And now here's what it sounds like without that sound added. I just don't understand. If you've got a car and it sounds mad, just go out and record how mad the car sounds and be like, look, that was sick. The car sounds mad. But anyway, yes, just me being pedantic. I do feel like if you've got a car that sounds sick, just play it. I'd love to hear loads of good sounding cars on TikTok and not just the same sound over and over again doing the same thing. It's just, I want to hear good cars. Anyway, let's stop the rant there. I appreciate I probably ranted way too much in this video. Apologies if you found it boring. I quite enjoyed going through TikToks anyway. And I do actually, by the way, like TikTok generally as a rule. There's lots of good TikTok content creators who do car stuff and that's really good. I am starting to upload more TikToks, short versions of my YouTube videos where relevant. So if you want to go follow me on there, it's at Cars with JB, same as Instagram, all that good stuff. Jump over there and I'd be interested to see what your thoughts are on my TikToks. Maybe you hate them just as much as I have been harassing these ones. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell. I would really appreciate it. Big thanks to the patrons as always and to you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Listen.